On the 1st of July 2025, a telescope in the high Chilean desert caught something falling through our solar system that did not begin here. It came from another star. And for a few months, half the internet tried to convince you it was a spaceship. So let's clear the air first, honestly, because you deserve that. A real comet, a mountain of ancient ice and dust, trailing a glowing coma, behaving in every way a comet should. When astronomers measured how it sublimates, how its tail streams away from the sun, the picture was unanimous. This is nature, not engineering. A few voices, including the physicist Avi Loeb, floated the idea that it might be artificial. A probe. It made wonderful headlines, but the scientific community looked at the same data and set it aside for a simple reason. There was nothing to explain. A natural comet accounts for everything we see. The brightness, the gas, the dust, the trajectory. You don't reach for a spacecraft when an icy rock already fits perfectly. No antennas, no thrust, no signal, just ice from somewhere we have never been. And that, it turns out, is the more astonishing story, because here is the verified extraordinary fact. 3I Atlas is only the third confirmed interstellar object humanity has ever seen. Every comet you've heard of belongs to the sun, bound to it, looping back on a long leash of gravity. This one isn't bound to anything of ours. We can measure that in the shape of its path. A captured object travels an ellipse, a closed loop. 3I Atlas travels a hyperbola, an open curve, moving too fast for the sun to ever hold it. It fell in from interstellar space, swung once around our star, and is already on its way back out, never to return. The diagram you're seeing is a model, but the open, unbound shape it shows is measured, and it is certain it didn't come to visit. It was only ever passing through. It belongs to a tiny, precious family. In 2017 came the first Oumuamua, a strange, elongated splinter that tumbled past before we could study it properly and left us arguing for years. In 2019 came the second, 2I Borisov, a comet that looked reassuringly familiar, almost like one of our own. And now the third. 3 objects in 8 years, each a fragment broken loose from another planetary system and flung across the galaxy to drift for millions of years before crossing our path by pure chance. 3 samples of other stars, delivered to our doorstep for free. And the third one is different. This is the part that made astronomers lean in. When the James Webb Space Telescope and the SPHEREx Observatory read the light of its coma, splitting it into a chemical fingerprint, they found something off. In a typical comet from our own system, water dominates. But 3I Atlas is pouring out carbon dioxide far in excess of water, a ratio measured at roughly 8:1, carbon dioxide to water. That is anomalous. That is not what our comets do. And the reason is the whole point. This ice didn't form here. It froze in the planet-forming disk of another star under a different sun, in conditions we can only model. What you're looking at, in that excess of carbon dioxide, is a frozen chemical record of a world we will never see, its recipe written in ice. On the 30th of October 2025, it reached perihelion, its closest pass to the sun. As the sun's warmth reached deeper into the ice, something shifted. After perihelion, observatories watching its hydrogen, including SPHEREx, with SOHO's SWAN instrument tracking the cloud, recorded a surge of water vapor, the comet finally venting the water locked beneath its surface. A stranger's ice, warmed for the first and only time by our sun, and then already beginning to cool again as it pulled away. So where did it come from? Which star? Here we have to stop, honestly, and say, we don't know. We can model the broad neighborhood it likely drifted from, and the kind of disk that ice suggests. But the specific star, the actual sun this ice once orbited, is almost certainly unknowable. The object has wandered for so long, deflected so many times, that its trail home is erased. Its origin is a real open question, not a mystery we are hiding an answer to, one we simply cannot yet solve. So here is the honest accounting. 3I Atlas is a real comet, the third interstellar object we've ever confirmed, on a measured hyperbolic path that proves it came from beyond our sun. The spaceship was never supported by the data, And scientists set it aside because a natural comet explains everything. The anomalous carbon dioxide-rich ice is verified, a frozen sample of another star's disk. The parent star itself is open and likely always will be. And right now, as you watch this, it is leaving. Climbing back out along that open curve, out past the planets, into the dark between the stars. And it is never coming back. If you like your wonder honest, what we've proven kept separate from what we're still chasing, there's a free one-page guide in the description. Because the universe didn't need to be a spaceship to be astonishing. This is Cosmos Tested.